Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of An Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. I'm Aspie. I'm your girl for creating mental health and awareness, sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome, OCD and the like, along with tips and advice along the way, and to manage your everyday personal struggles of whatever it may be, hopefully based on your mental health disorders or whatever it may be. I'm doing the best I can to support you any way I can. So it's been brought to my attention, as I said before, that I'm trying to tidy up some loose ends of the mental health and awareness series right now, even though it's going to be on a broad range of topics, along with some other topics along the way, hopefully, that I'm hoping to bring out based on the Asperger's and Autism Help Central Guide for you all, so that you guys can follow me through on that as well. If you're looking for, anything in between that, hopefully something will be of value and use to you. So, not further ado, guys, basically, I'm hoping you're enjoying your week and also enjoying some of the new video content that I have just recently shown. Like I said, I'm hoping to be out and about doing more things, hopefully in the next few days or so, depending on what's going on in the Migraines region, or even maybe further down Wellington way, or whatever it may be. But there has been some upcoming events that I've been looking at right now that has tickled my fancy, that I want to bring onto the channel, just for a bit of follow me vlogs kind of channel. But before then, I'll let you know when that's happening. But just remember to, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, basically, as well as turning on that notification bell so you know that you're up to date with me, of what's going down with me, regardless what it may be. And don't forget to share these videos around as well, because as you'll see, some of these videos I'm sharing, regardless mental health, or this other one on my playlist, things with beauty formations, that's hopefully to be up and running again soon, will be of value and use to someone. So, this one's going to be basically another mental health and awareness video, obviously. This one's going to be what not to say to someone with social anxiety. There are 5 main key points here, and as we know, basically, most of us, if we suffer from social anxiety, we know the feeling, or we hear about the certain things that we tend to dread hearing from people. Even though I'm hoping that regardless of this will be just a gentle reminder for you all, just to how to approach people with social anxiety, or anyone of that matter with these mental health disorders. So please bear in mind and tolerance on what I'm sharing with you all. And also, just a heads up also, as we know that sometimes when it comes down to social anxiety especially, it can be a bit overwhelming for most of us, even though we do our darn hardest to socialise. I know for the hell of me at the moment, I'm doing the best I can, and that no matter what, that I am getting better over time, even though at the moment of what I'm going through at the moment, trying not to go through my communication breakdown and mental breakdown of what I'm going through right now. And hopefully within this, it will come to light that I can overcome anything. It's just like I keep saying to myself, it's the power of the mind, and whatever it may be. So as we know though, let's continue. There are many times often our friends, family members and even co-workers may say some of these utterances with their best intentions. We know that they just want to come to the company holiday party and just to have fun. Doesn't it sound easy when it was put like that? The spirit behind these comments are always good. Those people genuinely love your company and you want to enjoy yourself, right? But if you do have social anxiety, which does generally involves a lot of intense fear of criticism, judgment from others, spending too much time with people can be a source of legitimate stress for us all that suffers from social anxiety. Many people who have social anxiety may feel an immense amount of pressure to perform right or the correct way in front of people, even in just a casual atmosphere, regardless what it may be. It could be, here's an example, that at a business lunch and they've got a lot of people around them there, and then they need to, socialise there and get on up and go and trying to make their first step of making a conversation. But in spite of all the stereotyping that it's just in your head, people with social anxiety often experience physical symptoms that I have mentioned so many times before, which will include intense blushing, excess sweating, trembling of hands and dizziness. When social anxiety is in high drive or high state of overdrive, it doesn't always matter how great the food is. If they were at this business work day, we'll use as an example for now, or how many of your friends are with you at this point of time. Mental illness is never choice, and so is social anxiety, with no exception in between. At the end of the day, people with social anxiety will all handle their illness differently. Like many other people will handle their mental illnesses differently, be it anxiety, social anxiety, and it works there. There are an array of coping mechanisms and approaches to best handle the disorder. Many people see a mental health professional for combination of therapy and medication. It's fair to point out too that people that will obviously have different triggers. So what might go over just fine with one person who suffers from social anxiety might not very much be okay for another. Either way, here are a few things it's best to avoid saying to someone who has social anxiety as a general rule, so that you can have a clear understanding and be in their shoes when it's all happening and knowing the signs and symptoms. So I recommend also, before I continue, before giving you the tips and advice here, is maybe some of those social anxiety playlist things or anxiety playlist things is up on my channel, and that within that, basically I'll put a link in either the description or up with the information I sign on my video. So let's begin this. Number one, we hear this all the time. It's all in your head. Telling someone with any form of mental illness, for that matter, not just for people with social anxiety, it's all in their head. It's generally a horrible idea, and this is no exception. If any of your intentions were that excellent, the message ultimately comes across as demeaning and dismissive of what is a legitimate and serious illness. Number two, you'll feel better once you get out and about. Now, there are definitely studies that have shown a positive correlation with the impact exercise does have on mental health. There are even studies that show that simply being outside in nature can help ease anxiety. However, for people who suffer from social anxiety disorder, however, access to safe spaces is integral and important to us. Essentially, people with social anxiety will often desire some time alone in their own safe environment, whether it's going home, sitting in a car, taking a walk around the block alone, or something else entirely up to them to process what's going on around them. People who suffer from social anxiety often feel like they're ultra aware of everything that's going on around them. So it's easy to feel overstimulated or even overwhelmed, for that matter. While it's important to invite people with social anxiety to spend time with you, and it's good to support them in the tasks they pursue, it's also important not to pressure or guilt them into doing something they don't actually want to do in the first place. Be sure that they're comfortable, and be sure obviously to be in their shoes if they're not comfortable, to know the signs when enough is enough for them. Number three, are you sure this isn't just for the sake of attention? Okay, I hear this on a daily. Like telling someone that their illness is all in their head, chalking a condition like social anxiety up to just getting the attention or being centre of attention or whatever it may minimise the very real struggles of what people face on a daily basis. Yes, it can be frustrating to be on the receiving end of things, like plans having to be cancelled at the last minute, but if it's the result of social anxiety, it's definitely not just for attention. Number four, you should smile more. Women in general hear this one way too often, but for people with social anxiety, it can feel like a slap in the face, literally speaking. For many people with social anxiety, there's already a fear of being monitored and judged, so to have someone suggest that they need to smile more or laugh more, or essentially be someone other than themselves, can feel like a nightmare coming true. Even if someone doesn't intend to come across harshly, a suggestion like this, you should smile more, can come across as a criticism or a command instead. Number five, didn't I already tell you that? For people with social anxiety, it can feel like you're never right. There's an impulse to constantly question yourself and those around you, not because you doubt them, you want to make sure you heard them correctly. You want to make sure you remember each cell in the minute tiny spaces. I'm one of them, on that, and get everything right. To others, the kids can come across like you're unnecessarily asking for clarification, or that you weren't listening in the first place, or you're coming off as rude or ignorant. Of course, no one is a mind reader, so it's very possible when people are annoyed at this, they simply don't realise you're approaching the situation from a position of legitimate fear and anxiety. Still, if you find yourself getting annoyed with someone who has social anxiety, or let's be on the safe side here and say just about anyone for that matter, just remind yourself to be patient and clarify the information without reading it into it as an insult or a sign of disinterest. So there you have it. this is what I want to give you today. If you suffer from social anxiety, you're definitely not alone though. Okay, this is just a statistic here about it in America. It's been known, in fact, roughly 15 million American adults have social anxiety disorder. While seeking help can feel scary, it's important to see a mental health professional and talk about the treatment options that may work best for you. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing more valuable than your health. So this quickly ends, obviously, my social anxiety, how to approach someone with social anxiety, or not to say to someone with these 5 things that is the most common ones that I can think of. Give me the thumbs up for support. Comment below if I missed out anything, or feel free to comment below if you are one of them that suffers from social anxiety. And there are, I know there are plenty probably common ones out there, so feel free to add them below. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, because as I said, I do this on the daily. Feel free to also turn on the notification bell so you can keep updated of what Aspie's up to. Feel free to also share these videos around to family and friends. Feel free to also follow me on my social media sites, the links are below. Also, do what you love what you do what you love. Until next time, Aspie signing out. See you all again soon. Ciao for now.